There are multiple factors that go into putting on the perfect show in WWE 2K23 MyGM mode, and not all of them are easy to figure out. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the hidden ratings that determine whether your show is a banger or if it turns out like WrestleMania 27. Remember that one? Yeah, it wasn't good. Before we get into building the perfect show, it's important to realise that not every show you put on will be flawless. Seeing as you want your best shows to take place at premium live events, the weekly shows can sometimes end up serving as stamina savers, which is a term I've come up with as I'm writing this script. What I mean by that is that you need your biggest stars and the most well-developed rivalries for the events. So it's vital that they have enough stamina going into that show, and in order to ensure that they do, you'll need to rest them and put on some filler matches every now and then. There's nothing worse than having a level 4 rivalry between two popular stars ruined because one of them got injured on the weekly show before the event. So don't feel like you need to put on blockbusters every single week. The small amount of fans you'll lose from resting your stars will be regained by the killer premium live event anyway, so always work towards those. Much like everything else in MyGM mode, this is a balancing act though, as you don't want to be putting on shows with filler matches every single week. You need to be building up your roster's popularity and rivalries as well, so keep that in mind. One of the biggest factors in whether or not your show is successful is the drama curve. You need to be doing your absolute best to meet this in every single show, regardless of if it's a stamina saver or not. To meet the curve, your opening match needs to outperform your first mid-card match, and your main event needs to be better than your second mid-card match. If you achieve this, regardless of the actual match ratings, you'll get a good booking result, and then if the opener and main event get high match ratings, you'll be rewarded with amazing booking. Meeting the drama curve and getting high match ratings will make sure that you retain your fans from the show, which is crucial to do week in, week out, so you don't fall behind in the overall rankings. So aim to achieve an amazing booking rating every week, but if you can't due to having to rest stars, always try and get at least a good booking, otherwise you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. In order to get the highest possible match ratings for each show, you need to know how they're actually rated by the game. There are 10 different categories which make up a match's rating, and each of them are ranked out of 5 stars. This will be hidden to you when you're booking the show, but after it's complete, you can check it in the match report for each fight, so you know what to do differently next time. So here's a breakdown of each rating and what you need to do to get the highest possible score. The popularity rating is determined by the average popularity of the superstars involved. This one is pretty self-explanatory. The higher the popularity of the competitors, the higher the score you'll get for this rating. So this is why it's crucial to have your superstars appear on as many shows as they can, so they have the highest popularity possible. The match type rating refers to the stipulation of the fight, if there is any. If it's just a normal match, you'll receive 0 stars for this, but if it's a tables match, you'll get 1.5 stars, an Extreme Rules match will get you 2.5 stars, and things like Hell in a Cell will give you 5 stars. Even though this will help your matches get a higher rating, it's not plausible to have every match be a Hell in a Cell due to the impact on stamina and your budget. For weekly shows, you can throw in a tables match here and there for a ratings boost, then when it comes to premium live events, put on some bigger match types and ensure that the show is a hit. The role rating is very simple. This is always either 5 stars or 0 stars and is completely dependent on whether or not you've matched up a heel versus a face. This really isn't hard to do, so you should be getting a 5-star rating for this every single match. To get a high rating for match type, you need to pair up wrestlers correctly by their class type. So if you have a specialist fighting anyone, you'll get a 3.5 star rating, then for a fighter versus bruiser you get 4 stars, and a cruiser versus giant will get 5 stars. Again, this is pretty easy to get a high rating on, assuming that you've drafted your roster carefully and thought about who will be fighting who. This is where specialists can come in handy, as if you don't have a correct matchup, you can always get a guaranteed 3.5 star rating for this when using one. Next up is performance, which seems to be completely random. You can put on what seems to be the best match ever, and it could only get a 2-star for performance, so don't worry too much about this one and focus on what you can control. I suppose there does need to be an element of RNG in the game, otherwise you could just get perfect match ratings every time. The rivalry rating is dictated by what level the rivalry is between the 2 stars going into the match. So if they have no rivalry, you'll get no stars. For a level 1, you'll get 1 star. For level 2, you'll get 2 stars. Level 3 gets you 3 stars, and then a level 4 rivalry will get you 5 stars if you end the rivalry at a premium live event. If a level 4 rivalry is used on a weekly show, the first time you do this, you'll get a 4-star rating for the rivalry and it will go stale. Then every time they fight on a weekly show after that, they'll only receive a 2-star rating for their rivalry, so always save level 4 rivalries for premium live events if you can. But if you have to use them on a weekly show for stamina purposes, then only try to use them once. The rating you'll get for a title match is either 5 stars if it is a title match, or 0 stars if it isn't. So again, throw a few of these on your shows here and there to boost the ratings up. Match type specialities is one that's only applicable if a wrestler involved in the match has specific match type preferences. So if you know that they do, you can get an extra ratings boost by putting them in their favourite match. Then finally, the hometown rating is decided by whether or not a person in the match is fighting in their hometown. You'll know whether you can get this boost or not before you book your show, as you'll get an email from the wrestler saying that they're back in their hometown. So put them in a match for a small boost to your ratings. It'd be nearly impossible to get the full ratings boost from all of these categories, but you should be taking them into account while booking each match if you want to be putting on the best show possible every single week. Upgrading your logistics is something that you have to be doing constantly to ensure that your show performs the best it possibly can. These will increase your show quality, revenue earned, and can even offer bonus rewards if certain criteria are met. Here's how to achieve each logistics bonus. For the arena bonus, you need to put on a set amount of matches with a certain rivalry level in order to achieve it. For example, to gain the bonus from the first arena that you buy, you need to book one level 1 or higher rivalry in the show, and this will reward you with extra popularity on your wrestlers as well as boosting the show quality by a good amount. These rewards and challenges all scale with the size of the arenas that you buy. So once you get to the last arena, you need 2 or more level 4 rivalries in the show to gain plus 13% show quality and plus 2 popularity for any superstar with 2 star power or above. These are definitely worth doing every week if you can, as they're not too difficult and it all adds up in the end. For the crew bonuses, you need to book a certain amount of special match types on the show, and this will earn you added morale for your superstars as well as another buff to your overall show quality. Again, this is easy to do, so keep it in mind when booking. The special effects bonus can be achieved through booking a set amount of superstars with a certain star power rating. And if you do this, you'll receive another boost to your stars' morale and again another big boost to your show quality. Finally, for the advertisement bonus, you need to book superstars with a minimum popularity rating to earn it. And this will give your roster some extra popularity alongside boosting your show quality even further. Not only is it important to upgrade your logistics from a financial standpoint, but it also helps massively with your show's performance as well. With all of the best logistics selected, you can boost your show's quality considerably, so this will make a massive impact when trying to put on the perfect show. Power cards are incredibly useful for a wide range of things in MyGM, but a few of them can actually affect your shows. All of the power cards that boost ratings of a certain match type are really good for getting an extra rating or 2 for your show. These all cost a fair amount of money to buy, but if you're desperate to put on the perfect show at a premium live event, then they're well worth having and will make a difference. So always look out for these in the store when you go into a new week. Managing your rivalries and making sure that they culminate at a premium live event is one of the most delicate balancing acts required in this game mode. So if you want to know everything about rivalries and how to manage them properly, watch the video on screen now.